Hello everybody, welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot. So today I'm trying something a little bit different. I've already uploaded the mid-monthly and the monthly love readings. I'm doing a new series which is the new moon and full moon. So on the 18th I'll be reading and uploading the same day all the full moon readings. And I do the weeklies, which I upload every Sunday. But today I had a feeling that I wanted to read for you guys. And I'm a tarot reader I've read for many, many years. But I've always read with people in person. So read for friends, family, colleagues. People have come to me for my services and I've read for them. Life readings. So love readings, career readings, but always in person. So doing readings on YouTube is different in terms of reaching out to all of you, right? So when I'm coming up with when the energies come to me that I feel like I want to read for you, I'm trying to reach as many of you as I can to read for, right? So, and there's so many different people out there. A lot of times breaking it down by zodiac sign is an easy way to tap into certain energies so you can direct the message. However, today I felt like I wanted to do it a little bit differently. So today I meditated for quite a long time earlier about the type of reading I wanted to do for you guys and how I would break it down. And we're going to be doing today an elemental reads. So elemental reads are based on element and not sign. Based on your element, fire, water, earth, or air. Now, let me just clarify. I'm not talking about sun signs necessarily or moon signs. I'm talking about the energies that you're feeling today. So we all have a full constellation, right? A full chart. We have many planets. They can be in many different signs. But most of us, on layman's terms, we pretty much, people who just look up their horoscope, they primarily focus on their sun sign. As you get into a bit more, you might then start to focus on your moon sign, your Venus sign. You might get a reading and find out what your rising sign is. But the average person who's really not that into astrology but just wants to quickly look up, they'll go by their sun sign. And also I've noticed in the comments and in comments of other videos, in my comments, sometimes people feel like the message doesn't resonate with them because they say, well, you said it's a Leo and the person I'm dealing with is not a Leo, so it must be wrong. And I think a lot of times we get caught up with signs and we forget about the essence of the sign, the essence of the combination of signs. Some people can have a sign in Leo and be very, very airy, be very mental focused, seem almost like an air sign, but they're a Leo. That's because there's so many more things going on in their chart, and then it's how they're feeling that particular day. So what I wanted to do, instead of focusing on zodiac, I wanted to focus in on your element. So today I'll be reading for the 4 elements: fire, air, water, and earth. And it's up to you how you're feeling today. If you're feeling a fiery energy, then perhaps the fire reading will resonate with you. If you're feeling a particularly air energy or earth or water, then perhaps those readings will resonate with you. Okay? So let's see how this works. Let me know below if this is something you like. We're going to start off, actually, this is the Thoth deck. We're going to do a 3-card reading for each of the elements with the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. But first we're going to start off, we'll start off each element and we'll get your nature, spirit, animal. All right, from the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle deck. All right, so we're going to start off with fire, the element of fire. Element of fire, that's wands usually in the tarot, right? Wands is represented by fire. Talks about passion, where your heart is. Not necessarily your emotions, but your heart, where your inspiration comes from. you know, where your urges come from in terms of what you want to do. When you have a vision for your life and you want to follow it, that urge to follow it, that's fire energy. If you're feeling particularly fired up, you know, you're feeling, you know, a kinetic kind of energy, that's fire energy, right? So let's see what the fire element is feeling like today. What is your spirit animal for today for all you fiery people, if that's how you're feeling, if that's the element you're into today? Let's see what is your spirit animal for today. Alright. The golden egg. Golden egg. Alright. So the golden egg is heart chakra, I believe. I believe it's heart chakra. All right. Let me just make sure. The golden egg is an ether. It's actually an ether card. So with this animal spirit oracle, it has the animal spirits broken down in elements, right? And also there's a fifth element. We see that circle at the top, and that is the element of ether, or the spirit element. So you have the 4: fire, water, air, earth. And then you also have the ether. And those ones are represented by mythic animals and mythic items, like, for instance, the golden egg. Now, the golden egg is associated with the chakra. They all are associated with you have 7 of them. They're associated with the chakras. And the golden egg is associated with the 4th chakra, actually, right? The 4th chakra. So that is the heart chakra. The 4th chakra is the heart chakra, and you can see that by the gold. Right? So it's talking about opening up your heart, feeling. So for you folks who are feeling fiery today, if this is your element, if this is what you're resonating with today, very passionate energy, it's all about the heart, right? Today, it's all about wanting to express what's in your heart. Now, that could be your feelings, that could be your desires, your vision, right? Today, you're feeling very passionate, heart chakra, Leo energy. So that's kind of right and fitting with that fire element, right? So we're going to pull now from the Thoth deck. I'm going to get 3 cards for you today. Let's see, what is all of that about? Let's clarify that for today. That golden egg energy. Open up your heart chakra. Talks about communicating what you feel in your heart, following your heart, expressing it. On a very real level, it could talk about exercising your heart, running, doing sports and things of that nature, increasing your circulatory system, exercising that heart muscle, right? I mean, the chakras are associated with connections to our physical bodies as well, right? So sometimes it can talk about physical issues. You've been feeling lethargic, you've been feeling unhealthy, you got to exercise that heart. Go for a walk. Do meditation as well. You can do chakra meditation. Sometimes the heart chakra is highlighted when you have a difficulty expressing what's inside, right? So you want to open up your heart chakra, and therefore also you go up to the next chakra, which is the throat, which helps you communicate. But first you have to open up your heart so you know what you want to communicate. All right, so it's really a deep card, you know, in terms of your animal spirit today. It really talks about you being on a very, like, deep emotional path. Your mind might be on those kind of thoughts today. Right? Thinking about what you desire, what you've been wanting, you know, how you've been feeling about a particular person. You could be thinking about your relationships today. Whatever makes your heart kind of feel full, you know, makes you feel kind of sentimental. You may be feeling a little sentimental today, fire elements. All right? I'm not saying fire signs, I'm saying fire elements, because like I say, it's not necessarily about your sun sign. It's about the element that's highlighted for you today, right? Sagittarius, that's fire coming out. Prince of Swords and Science. So today, fire element, at the bottom of the deck, you have Four of Wands. Wands is fire energy as well. Completion, right? So perhaps that's why you've got this card coming out your heart chakra. You're feeling good. This is Venus and Aries energy. Completion. It talks about when you've come to a certain point in your life with your accomplishments, that you've really integrated the beauty of you on the inside with the beauty of you on the outside. You can see in your works. You see your soul. You see your goodness. You see your spirit in the works that you've produced. That's what the Four of Wands talks about. In your actions, in what you've portrayed in the outward world, the way you've gone through life has been with integrity, has been with beauty, but with the inner beauty as well, right? That's the point you're at. That's how you're feeling. You're feeling good right now. Fire elements are feeling good. If that's your element today, you're feeling really good. Your heart is singing. You're feeling open. You're feeling like you can do anything. The Sagittarius card is alchemy. It's like you can create anything. It's not quite the Magician, which is just manifesting from pure psychic energy and creative energy, right? Soul energy. It's manifestation, but this card is art. It's also temperance. So you're creating through temperance, through being methodical, through patience, integrating, balancing yourself, integrating your soul and your emotions, right? And through temperance, you're able to create magic. You're able to do alchemy, right? So you create things that you never knew you could create before. In general, you have a creative life. And this can mean, for instance, an example would be, right? Sometimes these readings can be really kind of vague, right? So an example would be, if you're following your heart about a particular, say you're walking down the street one day, you're going somewhere, you have something on the list to do, your certain activity to do, but you're really following your heart, you're feeling good, right? You're following your intuition, and your intuition takes you down a different road than you normally would walk, and you pass a coffee shop, for instance, right? And you've been really wanting to do some painting or some drawing, or you've been wanting to do something really creative in your life. You go into this coffee shop and, you come across, you realize there's paintings on the wall, and you realize that they put up amateur paintings on the wall for people, and you start to strike up a conversation, right? And through that conversation, now you're kind of, you've never spoken to these type of people before, you've never done that before, but now because you're feeling good, and because you're feeling like you want to follow your intuition, and you're feeling strong and confident, now you're trying something new. And out of all of this comes an opportunity, something you've never done before, that leads you on a creative path. And you decide, I'm going to bring some of my work down to this coffee shop. That is an example of what I'm talking about. So when we talk about alchemy, when we talk about integrating parts of ourselves that perhaps we haven't used before, that's an example of integrating your intuition and your communication where you may not have ever done that before, right? And those are two of the separate elements. You combine them and you create this new opportunity, this creative opportunity, right? So I try to give examples when I can of some of these kind of abstract concepts that we come up with in the tarot, because a lot of times people say, well, that's so vague, how can that apply to me? If you could get an example, maybe you can understand what I mean, and you can apply that and see if that really truly resonates with your life, right? Princess of Swords talks about being honest with yourself. Princess is the same as Page, so it's earth energy, right? And Swords is air, so it's the earthy energy of air. It's bringing the mental down to earth. It's bringing communication down to earth. She's fighting, right? She's fighting kind of imaginary shit. You can't really see what's there. It's propellers. If you look close, you can see like there are 4 propellers. So wind. So Swords is air. So wind is coming at her. Air is coming at her. It's air energy coming at her, but she's fighting it off with the sword, right? So that talks about fighting off, disturbing thoughts, getting control of yourself. Princess of Swords, Page of Swords is also, it's a message, right? It can come through as a message. Page of Swords can be a message. It can be a communication. That's what people a lot of times talk about in tarot. That's the textbook tarot definition. But deeper than that, Princess of Swords also talks about, Page of Swords talks about the first stage of the court cards. So being strong enough to fend off false ideas that you realize come out of nowhere to have no substance. When people throw shit at you and you realize you don't have to take it, you fight it off. You're strong enough with your mental, with your communication to fight it off. It's the beginning of confidence, right? It's the beginning of confidence in communication. So you're feeling very confident in your communication. The Page of Swords is confident. He's the youth who comes through with the message. So that is the beginning of confidence in your communication on a very deeper level, right? And it can also mean that you're going to get a message coming through, a very sincere message of communication. You may have a talk with someone, right? But the talk is going to be clear. It's not going to be, a phony talk. It's going to be sincere. You're going to be clear. You're going to be ready to, you're going to be ready for this message coming in, right? And it's going to be a message of integrity. It may lead to something new. It may lead to a new understanding. You have Six of Swords, which is science. Science it's Mercury in Aquarius. It's logical communication, it's debate. It's when you're talking with someone and you guys talk for hours at a time, and you debate back and forth, and it's very lively, but it's jovial, it's good, you're learning something. Six of Swords, it's good communication, right? It's a respite from the Five of Swords, which is strife and defeat. Now you're employing logic and you're starting to get some clarity, some unity, some understanding, some cooperation, right? So it looks like you elemental, those of you who are feeling that fire element today, you're going to have some communication today. It's going to be clear. It may lead to something new. You're coming out of a very creative mindset right now. You're feeling very you have a lot of self-esteem, so today is a good day. You're feeling confident. Your heart chakra is open, or you're working on opening at least, so it's on your mind. So today might be a good day to follow your intuition, follow your heart, right? And have some lively communication, maybe meet up with friends, and it could lead, you probably will be having at least some kind of nice lively communication or debate. It'll be a positive talk that you have today, maybe with a group or a person, right? And it'll be a talk from the heart, all right? So let's see how that resonates. Let me know. We're going to do Earth next, Earth element. Those of you who are feeling earth element, right? Feeling grounded today, feeling practical, right? Getting tasks done that you need to get done, feeling industrious, right? Perhaps some of you feel like you're in the middle of studies, you're in the middle of completing tests, right? Some of you may be at work, coming up with new ideas for your business, right? It's very earthy, very practical, paying bills. You're thinking about how you're going to make more money, some of you, right? Earth aspects. Some of you could be literally, today, you're just feeling very close to the earth, right? If you're feeling like you're wanting to garden, you want to be out in nature. If you're doing things with your home, perhaps you're working on a house today, you're feeling very nesty. That's earth energy, right? If you're feeling like you just want to stay in and you want to cook all day, that's earth energy as well. Doesn't matter what your sun sign is or any of your planets. That's an earth energy that you're feeling today. So we're going to pull cards for all of you who are feeling like that today. Feeling grounded. Right? are feeling earth energy. Element of earth. Give us the animal spirit for the element of earth for today. So earth elements, you guys are feeling the dolphin. Wow. Dolphin, beautiful, beautiful water energy. So this is a water element animal spirit. The dolphin, highly intelligent, right? Highly intelligent, highly intuitive, right? Dolphin talks about healing. Dolphins are used for healing, right? You know, a lot of times dolphins are used for healing children who are ill, people who have become physically disabled in some way, right? Or they've had a physical ailment and they have to do rehabilitation. They've used dolphins. Dolphins have a deep, deep healing energy. So those of you, right, this is what I feel today. Those of you who are feeling that earthy energy, you might be feeling healing today. Maybe you're feeling nesting today. You know, you're feeling like staying in. You're doing some practical things, but it's all in a very healing. It's all cathartic for you, right? Maybe you're helping someone else to heal. You're using that earthy element that you're feeling today to be logical and practical to give somebody else support and heal them, help them heal. So anyway, that resonates with you. Certainly some healing going on today for you, earth elements. All right, some healing going on. Some love, some communication, deep love, deep understanding. Ooh. Jesus, wow. Look at that energy. Deep understanding, right? Intuitive understanding. You intuitively know what you need to do to help yourself heal or to help others heal. And it could be that since you're feeling that earthy element today, you're feeling very practical about it, right? So you're doing practical things. Right? Sometimes you can do practical things to help people heal. You know, it's just like helping them around the house, helping them get their bills paid, especially if somebody's going through a crisis. You know, sometimes the practicalities of life need to be taken care of. You know, so what's going on for that element? I'm not taking those. I'm just doing 3-card pull. What's going on for the element of earth today? They're feeling. They're healing. Cards are wanting to jump out. Give me a clear message. I don't want to take flippers or jumpers for these readings. I want to get a clear message. 3 cards. Show me what's up for this healing energy surrounding those who are feeling that earth element today in their spirit. Show me. Futility, 6 of Swords, interference, wow. And the Empress, oh, wow. All right, guys, so you guys are healing yourselves, aren't you? Could be you're healing yourselves. Could be you're healing someone else too. Futility, you've been trying everything. You're coming out of a period where you've really tried everything. And you've been just feeling like you don't know what else to do. 7 of Swords is being attacked. You feel like every attack that, you know, you feel... It's futility in both ways, right? It's futile to attack you, and it's been futile if it's the reverse. If you've been trying to attack a situation, you're unable to do it. Also, it could be that you're feeling people are attacking you and they're unable to do it. It's a futile, they're unable. It's Moon in Aquarius energy. So Aquarius being good communication, usually quick, lighted communication, fast communication, quick lightning. You know, the moon, the moon influence, it can be devious in a way. It can be deviant. It can be away from the full light, so you don't get the full picture, and therefore you're not aiming true. You're not really hitting the mark. It's not getting it done. You're feeling very, very frustrated. There's been interference. Perhaps today you're dealing with interference, and that's why. It could be that somebody else you're dealing with, you can see that somebody is interfering with them, and you want to employ that healing energy, that intuitive, wise energy, that water energy. You know in your heart what's going on, right? It could be a very close friend of yours, right, that you're dealing with today, and you can just see them being attacked, right? And while you, before you didn't know what to do, today you're starting to get an idea of what to do. You're employing Empress energy. 3 of the major arcana, Empress energy, Venus, right? The divine feminine, divine nurturing, healing, nurturing, understanding. Fertility is the mother. Talk about being a mother. You can be very motherly today, right? You're going to have to employ that kind of healing, motherly energy to someone, or someone will be applying it to you. I feel like almost for you, earth signs, you're giving it to someone else, because this is your spirit animal today. And the dolphin heals others, right? The dolphin card comes out when you're healing others, when that's the energy you're emitting. So I feel like you're doing this. Someone, you're being called on today to help someone. Those of you are feeling that earthy element, that practical side of yourself. Doesn't matter what your sun sign is. You could be a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarius. Sometimes I'm very practical. I feel very grounded. It could be, that those of you you're being called almost to be like a nurse, like a mother, like someone like a to come in and swoop up and save someone, because it's really everybody else around them has just been awful, shitty, unhelpful. They're interfering with their healing process, and this is could be someone who's a good friend of yours. Could be that this is the field you're working in. Today's a particularly difficult day for you, or satisfying day, whichever way you look at it. Could be a very difficult case, right? You might be having to employ all your skills. Right? So this is the message I get through for you earth elements today. All right? Let's move right along to earth. Now we're moving along to air. All right? We're going to move along to the air, and then we'll finish off with water, and you guys can let me know what you think about this, if you enjoyed this. If the views pop and all of that, and you leave me some comments, some likes, I'll keep doing it. Or if the spirit keeps calling me to do it, I'll keep doing it regardless, because I just feel like this message was meant to go out today. And I have to follow my heart, like I'm an intuitive reader, so when my intuition tells me something, I follow it. And it took me a while to come up with this reading. I feel good about it. I feel like the message is definitely coming through clear. So now we're going to work on air. Element of air. So the element of air is flighty, light. You're feeling light. You're feeling communicative today. You feel like you want to talk. You feel like you want to communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your vision, your feelings, right? Air energy is... it's daydream energy as well. Are you daydreaming? You could be also visualizing a lot today. You could be in your head a lot today. A lot of movement. Are you moving around today? Are you feel like you're going from pillar to post? Not necessarily in that grounded, like completing tasks way, but just like you're on a travel. Maybe you're traveling, right? Maybe you're traveling and you feel that kind of light energy, that air energy. You could be feeling industrious. You could be dealing with court issues where you have to really do a lot of thinking, where you have to really concentrate. You could be dealing with legal issues, right? That's also air energy sometimes, when you really have to sit, you have to focus, you have to communicate in a group, you have to talk to your lawyer, come up with ideas. If that's air energy, if you're being called on to come up with a lot of solutions, and you're having to really sit and come up with plans, it's really taxing you. That's air energy, right? So if that's what you're feeling like today, that's the energy, that's the element of yours today. Maybe part of this will resonate with you. We're gonna get the spirit animal for you today. What's the spirit animal for the air element today? Give me it. Alright, what you got for air? Oh, the eagle. Perfect. Eagle is air energy. Wow, you're feeling in your zone. So if you're feeling air energy, you are focused, right? You are focused. You're not feeling flighty. You're certainly not feeling flighty. You're not feeling wispy or whimsical. You are feeling focused. Your eye is on the prize. The eagle gets what he wants. He's fierce, right? He flies high, and he zooms in on what he wants. You see that, right? And he zooms, and here's the light, you know, that kind of golden light coming out. You're zooming in on your heart's desire, right? Your heart's desire. It's almost a little bit of that golden egg light earlier from the fire element, right? I believe the eagle is a fiery air, right? But it's an air element nonetheless. Up there, you see that triangle with the line through is the alchemical symbol for air. So you guys, air, if that's the energy you're feeling today, you are focused and you're feeling good. And you're going after your prize. So let's get a clear reading from the soft deck for you guys to help you out with today, what's going on. Now, this could be today, going into today, going into tomorrow. When I say today, the reading, I'm doing the reading now, but whenever you see the reading, it should resonate with you. I'm doing it now, and I'll be, I'm loading it up as soon as I finish it. So, you know, it's Monday today, so Monday the 13th, and it'll be up in a little while. So, you know, if you check out the video today, then hopefully this is your energy today. We'll be going into the rest of the day, depending on where you are in the country, right? I'm on the East Coast, so going on with that air, that eagle energy? What are they looking forward to today, going into tomorrow, perhaps? And check out my other readings as well, my other videos. Those are by astrological signs, zodiac signs. Today we're doing elementals, okay? What is your feeling today? What element are you feeling today? And this is air. Give us a clear reading for that eagle energy. I need 3 cards. I'm not taking any flyers or flippers for these readings. I want a clear reading. I need 3 cards for this air energy. All right, 3 cards for today. What's going on with the eagle? What's going on with that eagle? Here we go. Tower. Wow. Knight of Swords. Ace of Wands. No wonder you have the eagle energy coming up. Bottom of the deck. I forgot to show bottom of the deck before. Hierophant. Must have not been important. Hierophant. Commitment. Right? You're making a commitment. Talks about personal ideals being employed. Eagle. Wow. You're coming out of a tower moment. Everything's changed for you, right? So those of you who are feeling that energy today, recently things have really changed. Things have really upended for you, right? And it's okay. You got your eyes on the prize because of that eagle energy. It could be that you initiated that tower moment. It could be that you wanted this tower moment, right? And now out of all of this, you have Knight of Swords. Also, excellent air energy. Knight of Swords is the air aspect of air. So he comes in very fast. Right? Very fast. So pages are earth energy, knights are air energy, queens are water energy, and kings are fire energy, right? So the Knight of Swords, swords being air, the Knight of Swords is the air aspect of air. It's the most it's the closest to that element. It's the very nature of air element. You can see him flying in on the horse, and even to add speed to it, he has the propellers. He has the almost like the propellers, or they almost look like dragonfly wings, right, on the back, right? So that suggests even quicker, you know, even faster. He has the 3 birds that fly next to him, which the holy number of 3, reminding you that he's aware. He comes in with divine, with divinity, you know, divine protection, right? He comes in with divine protection. He comes in with clarity. Beautiful green, the color of rebirth and creation, right? New creation, new ideas, spring, So he comes in with new ideas. He comes in fast. He's strong. He knows what he wants. He's got very much the same energy as the eagle. He's got his eyes on his prize, right? And he's in motion. So you're in motion. You know you're on a mission, right? Knight of Swords, you're definitely on a mission. And the Ace of Wands, you're trying to do something really new. Ace of Wands, perhaps you're on a new vision. Perhaps you're inventing something. Perhaps you're doing a new business. You're doing something creative and it's new. And you're going through it right now. And you're employing all your mental ability towards this task. And I feel like it's something really creative and inventive and innovative, right? So those of you who have that air energy or tuning into this, go for it. This is how you're feeling today. I think these readings today are also just more of a reaffirmation as well. If it resonates with you, it's to reaffirm that what you're doing is right. Sometimes we need reaffirmations. If this is what you're going through and this really resonates with you, then keep going with it. Keep following through with this energy because you're on the right path. It's a reaffirmation. If there's warnings, I will let you know, right? Sometimes cards come up that have inherent warnings and I read them or I get an inherently warning message coming through, but I don't get that here. You're on your path. Keep going. You've got your eye on a prize. You know, if this is a reaffirmation for those of you who are feeling air element, definitely. Reaffirming that what you're doing is absolutely what you should be doing, okay? So that's for you guys. Let's finish this up with water. The water element. All right. I'm going to finish up with water element. It's water element. So water element is emotional. You're feeling emotional, right? You're feeling sentimental. Can also be. Sentimental can be sometimes fire, but it's mostly water when you're feeling sad, you know, melancholy. Are you feeling melancholy today? Are you reminiscing today a lot? You could also be with your partner today. You could be on a romantic date. That's water energy, right? You could be, you could be literally, right? You could be literally dealing with water, doing a lot of things with water. You could be sailing, things like that, right? Makes you feel water energy, traveling on the water. But water energy, also, you could be feeling very psychic today. Are you feeling very psychic? Are you feeling like you're getting messages in? For some of you out there who feel that, right? You feel in touch with your intuition, but you're feeling it kind of like emotionally, you know, empathically. That's water energy as well, right? Are you also daydreaming? Can be fire and it can also have a water aspect. Sometimes you're daydreaming, and when you're daydreaming, are you kind of reminiscing? Are you feeling nostalgia? Are you looking back, you know, and you're feeling things about your daydreaming? Are you daydreaming about what you used to do or love you once had, and you're reminiscing? That's water energy, right? Some of you could just be drinking a lot, partying a lot, right? Going out tonight, right? That can also be water energy. That can be Piscean energy. So however that resonates with you, if that's how you're feeling, if you feel like that's the closest to what you're doing today, if that resonates. And by the way, you can be feeling multiple elements today. You can be feeling, so, you know, just use your, you know, kind of use your common sense to see what you're feeling, you know, and if you feel parts of messages, that can come through too. We're not boxing people into zodiac signs today. We're talking about the elements today and the energies that come with those elements, right? So however close you resonate with that, it's up to you. All right, give us the water energy, the water element, spirit animal for today. All right, give it to us. All right, today we got the wolf, earth. All right. So the wolf is earth energy, right? And, wow, the wolf is pack, right? The wolf is pack energy. His family, his pack, his friends, right? So it's all about taking care of the pack, taking care of the family, taking care of, hang on a second. Sorry about that. There's a bunch of noise, people talking outside. I'm in the city, so I didn't want you to have to deal with that. So the wolf talks about pack energy, right? Can also be protective mother energy, right? You know, that protective female kind of like, you know, don't mess with my, you know, my wolf, don't mess with my wolf cubs, you know. Wolf is very protective, right? This is earth energy that is very protective. You know, very insightful. The wolf is wise, you know. He knows how to hunt. He knows when he's being hunted. He knows when he's being attacked. He knows what the negative influences are, you know. He knows, the wolf knows the dangers, and he knows how to protect his family and his loved ones from the dangers. It's very wise, earthy, practical, protective energy, right? So that's where your emotions are today, or you're feeling, or that water energy you're feeling, that water element. You know, you're feeling protective. It could be you're feeling protective of yourself, of your family, of your friends, your children, but you're feeling emotional, and that's where, you know, that's your spirit animal today. So you have the spirit of the protective, right, wolf mother. Right? Because the wolf mother, you know, is the one who stays home and protects the cubs, while the pack goes out and hunts, right? Or when they're all hunting together, it's the mother who protects the cubs, you know. And in general, a lot of times in nature, it's the female, the mother, who does a lot of the protecting and a lot of the teaching and showing. You know, when we're talking about animal spirits, you know in animals, the feminine spirit of animals is the protector, is many times the leader, many times the one who shows how to protect, but in a very animalistic way. So fighting for the cubs as well, which, you know, in human terms is a lot of times associated with the man. But, you know, that's a twist with the human element added to it. So what's the 3 cards? Give me 3 cards for that water element today. 3 cards for that protective element. Show me what's going on with that. Give me some clarity. For those who are feeling that water element today, along with that earth, you're feeling very emotional about protecting someone, protecting yourself, something very important to you. You know the dangers. So help us out with 3 cards. Clear message for this element today. The universe. Love that card. Worry. See, you're worried about someone. A family member. Bottom of the deck, Chariot. So your emotion, right? The Chariot reminds me of pack, right? A pack moving. They move in one. They move in unison. So you're at 1, then you're coming, universe, right? So big picture, you're seeing the big picture. That's also wolf energy, very wise. Wolf energy is wisdom, right? So the universe, you know, this card talks about coming to an enlightened period. You're in a period where you see the big picture. You're wizened, you're enlightened. You have access to wisdom of the ages. You have access to your history, your experience. You've integrated it all. You've learned the lessons, and you're now able to access those lessons almost like a Rolodex. Like, oh, I've been here before. This is what's going, you know, possibly would happen, should happen. These are the dangers. You're confident, right? And this is where you're coming from. So now you're worried. You're worried with good reason because of that. You're worried about someone close to you, a family member, a lover, your children. Could be your children. This is Mercury and Taurus energy, right? So you're worried. You're very worried. You're very concerned, right? You're concerned about their well-being, their physical well-being. Somebody's physical well-being could be about money troubles. You're worried about, you know, maybe they're homeless, maybe they're having some kind of physical issues. There's some kind of protection you're trying to, right? And this is someone close to you, right? Someone you've worked with or part of your family. 9 of Discs talks about family, talks about gain. 9 of Discs is all the hard work you've employed, with those around you. Excuse me. Those around you, like your family, your coworkers, your friends, right? Everyone has their part to play. This is a part in this deck, the thought deck. This is why I use this deck. You know, I got this deck for myself in 1992. I've had these cards since 1992. So I have a very intuitive connection with these cards. So I use them when I really want to go deep. And you know, I don't use the traditional kind of read out the description from the book. There are deeper meanings to a lot of these cards, and nine just talks about cooperation, right? Cooperation amongst your partners. Everybody has a job to play, and that unison is what brings the gain for the whole group and for yourselves, right? So this is definitely a card that will go with wolf energy. It's pack energy. You work together as a pack for mutual abundance, and that's where you get the greatest abundance, because you then get abundance on a spiritual, physical, and emotional level, right? So this is a family, a group. It could be your friends, your closest friends, could be your family, could be your work. But this is a group that you work with, that you feel close with, that you have accomplished something with, and you care for, and you're the leader. You're the leader, and you're being called on to protect the group. You're worrying, but move forward, go on. You have what you need. Water element, you have what you need to protect the group.